Hello. Tonight I'm gonna go to a costume party, or not costume party, but like a 80s 90s party, and under that I'm wearing like this aerobic thing and I'm wearing pink makeup for it, so just in case you were wondering why I look the way I look. I just got a comment by Irene or Irene, I don't know how where you're from depending on that. In my country we say Irene, but I don't know. So she says, hi Jill, blah blah. And then she says, I haven't lost any of the weight, but I'm struggling with low appetite and interest in food unless I'm super hungry. Okay, I'm gonna just talk about this and then continue on, but for me, that is usually like it happens to me sometimes. I have to say, not that many times because I'm generally a rather hungry person, but especially lately, and sometimes in the beginning of like the phase after overshooting. So when my weight plateaued, then I started observing myself and I noticed that I would usually in the morning not be hungry, so then I wouldn't eat. I would think like, no, it's not necessary, blah blah blah. And then I would get nearly sick because I was so hungry because I like waited on eating. So, because I wanted to improve what I did and to really show my body that I am thinking of my body, I have enough resources, I just started eating breakfast and eating snacks, even though I wasn't super hungry, but I was just thinking like to have like this frequency in a energy intake or however you want to call it. I started eating for I think 2 or 3 weeks. I started eating 3 meals, 3 snacks. It was pretty difficult for me because I wasn't used to it, and now I don't do it anymore. But I just really tried to, yeah, figure out why I was always like not hungry and then super hungry, like nearly sick. And it was just because I was always thinking, no, I'm not that hungry that it would be worth it, because I didn't have extreme hunger anymore. It felt weird to me to just eat. But then I realized that maybe I don't feel the typical type of hunger, but then as soon as I start eating, I'm enjoying it. And then afterwards, I feel a lot better. I feel super energized. So that's also what I do now. But I think compared to the phase after my plateauing, so when I was first in my overshoot, now I actually am sometimes really not hungry. But it's usually because, for example, the evening before I was eating super much and very late, so then I wake up and I'm not very hungry. And yeah, sometimes I skip breakfast, for example, which I never like, but it's just that I get nearly sick out of food. So lately I've been thinking like, or I've been just doing it like when I'm not very hungry, I do eat, but I eat something that I know won't make me feel sick. So I'm gonna eat something like cornflakes and not porridge with apples, because I know that something like that is for me more difficult to digest. So I will more likely not like to eat it, or more likely get sick of it. Don't get me wrong, I love eating veggies and whole foods and everything, but when you're not that hungry in that moment, it's much easier to eat something that is not very, yeah, difficult to digest. Very simple. And then another thing that I've been doing, because as I said, right now I'm not too interested about food anymore, I started drinking my calories more. I don't track anything. I just realize when I feel very low energy, it's usually because I need more energy. So then, for example, I work sometimes in the night, not in the night, but in the evening. And it's really weird because my shift starts at 5 and it ends at 10. So I eat lunch really late these days, like 3 maybe. But then in between, I obviously get low energy again. So then instead of eating, because I hate eating when working, I just start drinking Fanta or something like that, because it gives me the energy, but also it's not hard to digest. It just gives you energy. So I would recommend to you that if you Yeah, sometimes just don't feel like eat anyway, because usually that's also not, I don't want to say it's also hunger, but it's just when you start eating then, and you start eating something very easily digestible, as I said, like cornflakes, then it should be very easy for you to eat at least a small portion, and your body will get like the signal that, yeah, you know what, there's enough resources. Okay, or if you don't crave any food, and just drink a hot chocolate or like a soda or whatever. Okay, next part of her question is, I'm a bit worried because I don't want to hurt the process, but it's hard to eat a lot. Did you experience this at all after overshooting? Yeah, I think that touches on what I just said. But then another tip, and I know that's kind of a weird thing, but it worked for me, was that often I wasn't too hungry for normal food, even after my extreme hunger stuff. So then I would just eat a large dessert or a soda to the food. To, yeah, I don't know, because I can give you a clear example of right now. So 2 days ago, I was with a group of boys because we were working on a project for my university. So then we ordered food, and I ordered a burger and fries. And I don't like fries too much, but I thought, like, why not? And then also a Fanta. So then I was eating the burger and I felt so full. I ate some of the fries. I was like, no. But then I drank all of the Fanta, and I feel like for me, sometimes when I don't feel like eating anymore, but I know, or my body craves some more energy, I just take any sugary thing, because it gives me the energy I want. And yeah, that really helps me when I'm not feeling too hungry, but then at the same time I feel like I need the energy. Yeah, so just do desserts or soda is my tip. But then again, also another tip is, um I know that's also very difficult for if you come from an ED, but cook things that are high fat and high carb, because it's easier to digest, and it's easier to give you a lot of calories in one meal. So yeah, these are also things that I did, and I know it's hard, but I think it would just help you to get out of your ED things. And then lastly, did you experience this at all after overshooting? Yes, I did, but not as extreme as you, I think. I was still pretty hungry, just some days I wasn't. Also, some days it came from stress, like when I was around a lot of people the whole time, or um, yeah, just very, very busy, then I would not feel hungry. And then as soon as that was over, I would feel super hungry, because my whole digestive system was like relaxed again. So then I could finally eat again. So yeah, try to reduce your stress, try to just take things that don't take a lot of energy to digest and things like that. These are my tips. And yeah, try to still eat frequently, because your body needs to see that there is enough resources and you're not trying to restrict. So I hope that could help in some way. I don't know. Yeah, I wish you a nice rest of the weekend. Bye.